Hola, 'tis I, Alicia. How are you? Hope you're doing well. We're going to look into the drama happening in the paranormal community. So this was, I actually got a few questions from you guys about this, so that's why we're reading on it. And also going to let you know, A, this is a tarot card reading for entertainment purposes only, and B, if you are a super fan of whoever's being discussed in this reading, don't be taking it out on me and saying, I don't like what you said, and da da da. Entertainment purposes only. All right, so what has been going on is there's this Dakota Layden has paranormal fear. He alluded to basically that Zak Bagans is the reason that his show Destination Fear was canceled or not renewed from Discovery Plus. After he alludes to this, basically saying that Zak controls programming decisions, essentially what I got out of it at Discovery. Then Nick Groff, who used to work with Zak Bagans on Ghost Adventures, came out and said, well, Dakota confirmed what I thought and why my career is stalled or whatnot. Is because that Zak's the controlling. And then when you guys have sent in questions, you're like, oh, Zak seems like he's possessed and he's obsessed with ratings and all this stuff. So I don't know. I've just figured let's go look into it. So let's start with, is Zak possessed by a demon? Or demons, or dark forces, or whatever we want to call it. What's going on with Zak's spiritual state? And I'm using this deck. One of you lovelies, you know who you are, gifted this to me, the Tarot of Oppositions. So this is fairly new. I'm not quite bonded to it yet, but we'll see what we can find out. Looking into the state of Zak Bagans' spiritual soul. Oh my, oh gosh. Nudity, danger, danger. Oh no, I need another rock. Okay, whew. Right. Don't want to upset the tube of the U's little sensors there. Horrible. I think he's been through spiritual battles against evil in the past. That's what this would say here, that he has gone through the ringer in terms of spiritual battles. We have Five of Swords, Three of Wands, the Star. Currently looks like he's getting to an authentic place with getting his spiritual side right. There's been a transformation of trying to cleanse oneself of no bueno stuff. There's a fear here that, you know, it's a constant battle journey moving forward. But this is an idea that this has been a, I would say, substantial battle for him. However, it looks like he's trying to release himself from this, trying to release the ties that bind, shall we say. Okay, so let's then look. I didn't realize we had nakedy people in this deck. Might not be appropriate for the tube of the U. Let's get a different deck because I don't want to get in trouble. Okay, so had Zak's battle with El Diablos in the past, had that affected him in seeking power and programming of paranormal? Let's ask it that way. Maybe he got big ego, or he is possessed by the demons to be the conqueror of the paranormal programming. Was that happening? Perhaps. I don't know. I'll make sure all my cards are up here so you guys can see them. Perhaps there's an idea here that there's been some of that going on in the past. It looks like there's a desire to move forward that we were seeing before, but there was like, it almost like something came to a head, and we've decided that, you know, we need to get back into a state of emotional balance, not one here where it's like, I'm the king, what I say goes. Because it looks like there's something going on here. Like playing games he shouldn't be playing. But it's almost like that it caught up to him or something. Like all of a sudden it hit, and then it was like there's. It's interesting because it kind of comes to me like there's a. The blinders are ripped off or something. So, I would say there was something going on that could have been affecting perhaps whatever is going on there. Now, I didn't see that he's in control of paranormal programming for the world. I didn't see that. I didn't even see that he's the king of paranormal programming at Discovery, so I'm not seeing that. So let's see. At some point, did Zak sell his soul to the devil? Let's see. Let's just ask. Let's continue here because I'm not seeing El Diablo. I'll say that. I'm not seeing him yet unless he pops up right here in our last 3 cards. Oh, shit. There you go. Underlying energy, like I said, it looks like whatever connections were made with El Diablos and influence has been lifted. However, it looks like not necessarily like a full-on deal. I don't feel like it's a full-on deal. It feels like a going through a period of illusions and being deceived and navigating and trying to discern what is truth and getting burned during the process. This just feels very much like doing everything to fit in with the Hollywood crowd. We'll say that, right? Entertainment industry or whatever's going on in programming, right? There's this whole idea and being satisfied that like, oh, if I play their game, I get money, I get success, I get all those good things in life I want, allegedly for entertainment purposes, tarot card reading. I get to be on the King of the Hill. I'm tapping into the illusion of what the entertainment, reality, TV, whatever that we'll call it a matrix is, okay? However, and then it makes him lose his humanity, morality, or whatever you want to call it, where it's like, in an essence, like I don't think he actually sold his soul to the devil. I think he got romanced by the trappings of earthly shit, right? And that's like, oh man, this is not good. So we're coming to a point where eyes are open, looking at the future, what the legacy is, wanting to put my head down, do the work. Being this natural born leader, I'm an independent person here, and I've had a reckoning, a day of reflection, or time of reflection, a period of reflection, and I'm realizing where I have gone wrong and where I need to go. So if you want to say that that was affecting him in the past, in my opinion, it was. But I think he's come to some point now moving forward that he's had his, essentially his come to Jesus moment. Okay, so this was another question, why is he seemingly so mean and aggressive with Billy, Jay, and Aaron on the show Ghost Adventures? Why is Zak Bagans so seemingly aggressive, rude, whatever other descriptors you guys put in there with the guys on the show currently? Okay. There is an idea here You're watching a TV show. This is a part of, in my opinion, telling a story. There's conflict. I don't know how it goes when you're telling stories and for TV and, oh, I have a hero, I have a villain, I have a dramatic thing I'm going through, I have a arc, whatever. I don't know. I don't tell stories in a professional manner. I read the cards and tell you that story. And that's what I'm seeing here. That this looks like, oh my gosh, that's utterly cutting and mean and nasty. And how can you be that way to your friends? And this would say, hey, fair fight, this we're producing a show. It's like, it's so mean again, but this is by design. There's strategy here by design. This is dishonesty, Seven of Swords, sneaky snacker card, getting away with shit. And it's an idea that we're getting away with shit. This is like creative play while we're doing the show. Almost as if they are actors, even though it's reality TV, they are actors playing roles. Okay. And as a part of our storyline, what we're telling you with the words and ideas of the show, this helps to bolster the energy of the storyline here. It's all messaging. This is okay. So reality TV is apparently not real. I think there's probably some parts of it that are real. At least I want to believe that there's paranormal shows getting all of this interesting stuff. I would enjoy that. I like watching my ghost adventures. I like watching my kindred spirits. I like watching those shows. And so I want to believe that some of that stuff is real. And if it's not and some of it's made up, that's fine to me because, we can always come to the tarot later and check it out. Okay, so let's see. Oh, if you hear over there, that's my esposo on the phone working, co-workers. Okay, so was Zak playing any part? Did he play any part? Did Zak play any part in the cancellation of Destination Fear? And if you haven't yet, join me in the Moon Moth Banner. And I don't even remember if I told you to do that earlier, but come to AlyciaWicker.com. Join me there. Get access to readings that I can't share here and early access to readings like this. Okay. This is, there's judgment being made. There's somebody, the main man in Amsterdam. There's we gave the show a fair shake. Okay, so this is what, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. Underlying energy is King of Cups in reverse. I would tend to put this at a perhaps. We have the Emperor energy here. This is the authority. We're asking, did Zak play a role in this? Center of the situation here is he is the authority. There's this idea that news has come in. There's judgment. There's a fair fight. We've looked through the information. However, and with judgment, we have the death, right? We've come to the end of a cycle, the end of the thing, end of the road. But there's this like analyzing data and information and stuff that has come in to help form this opinion. So I don't know if Zak is considered head of paranormal programming, but this would say he certainly has some type of input. And there's also this, it's not necessarily the one who said no, like directly. Maybe he's like a behind the scenes influence there. He's not legally on the books, right? But there's an influence here. There's an idea. And we're breaking this up, sending them on a new journey. And not really too heartbroken over it. right? We're not too heartbroken over this at all. So I would tend to say he has some type of influence in that, but there's also this information that comes in. Like, it's like, okay, we're going to read the reports today. What are the ratings? What's the income? What's the profit? And it didn't meet expectations. I don't know. There's also this idea he doesn't really give a shit. Like, it's almost like, well, here are the numbers. They don't add up for renewing it. And it's also, I don't give a shit because I'm not into these people anymore. That's what I'm getting. My opinion. All right. Did Zak play a part in getting Nick blackballed? That's what we'll call it in the paranormal community. He had some other shows. I remember watching that one he had with Katrina. I like Katrina. I forget her last name. Starts with a W. But he's doing something else now. I don't know. I don't watch him. But let's see. Definitely wants to detach from him. He does not want to be connected to him. No way, no how. So Zak does not want to be connected to Nick. No way, no how. This is like definitely wants to be relation, energetic bonds, whatever. Surrender. Disconnect. He wants to be an independent player. And he's there's some type of sadness that this relationship cannot continue, but it's also like, well, you know, that's how shit goes, right? There's that idea going on here. Oh, underlying. This is interesting. This is like the isolation. There's like shit I want to say. I can't get it out. But I don't know that this necessarily shows like that Zak's blackballing Nick all over the industry. I'm not necessarily seeing that. He definitely doesn't, it doesn't look like, in my opinion here, that he has any love for the guy either way. Like, done. No love. This would also, though, kind of come to me like, in my opinion, that perhaps Nick's heard this quite a bit from those in the industry, and there's things are made larger than they actually were. Somebody's perhaps feeding some other different types of stories to him, but they are exaggerated in some way, so that he's believing that Zak's gone all over Paranormal Town, and he's like, oh yeah, don't work with Nick because XYZ. And then the legend of those stories grows, right? So there is an idea, something may have been said, right? However, I think this got exaggerated. Because here it's like this idea that like, I'm overthinking this and I've got like the hamster wheel of thoughts spinning, right? And feeling like I'm the sacrificial lamb. We used to be in partnership and now I have like no opportunities and you've turned my world upside down. You're a dick, right? And we're breaking up, we're releasing each other, I don't want to be with you anymore, and it's all because of him. Zak did it, right? But there's this idea that something said, and Nick wanting to defend himself against it, like, not me, I'm not like that, but I think it's just kind of exaggerated. Whatever he's hearing, I think, is exaggerated. And I think there's also, in my opinion, he's overthinking it and he's like internalizing it, and it makes it easier to pinpoint things or blame or assign blame to an individual. It's an easier thing to do. I'm not saying Zak didn't say shit. I'm just saying I don't think he's necessarily the big bad wolf in that story. I guess that's what I got for you. I don't have any more questions. This is already going to be 20 minutes long, and this is too much time to spend in paranormal drama, I'll tell you what. So, thank you so much for watching. Join me in the Moon Moth Manor, and I will see you next time. Adios.